coming to you after the University of Michigan and Ohio State game, and University of Michigan won. So it's a good day in our home and nobody's angry in our home. So that's a plus. And yes, football does have an effect like that on a lot of people in my family. So anyway, it was a good time. We had friends over and we made a nacho bar, and my husband made chili. He does not have a recipe for his chili. Unfortunately, it's just kind of what he's feeling. He does have some go-to ingredients that he always uses, but he does do the entire thing from scratch, and it is always very delicious. But of course, whenever you make things for like a little party or whatever, there's always a ton of leftovers. So we will probably be eating chili for a couple days, which is fine and dandy with me because it saves us from having to cook anything else for the rest of the week, basically. So it was a really good time, and I have been super busy, and I know that there's a lot of comments on videos that Chris has put on YouTube for me, and I will try to get to all of them. Thank you for all your suggestions. Thank you to those of you who have reached out to me and have become friends with me on Facebook. It's really fun to connect with you on a different level, and it's just awesome getting messages from you guys and comments and help, because there are still a lot of things that, like, I'm so stuck on doing things the way that I do it, that if you have a better way, and yes, I can agree with you all, like, I do float away from the mat. I've said it many times. So I have folded it to be really tiny now. So hopefully I practiced with it, and I think that I tend to just like grab things and like pull it into myself when I'm working on it, which is not helpful for any of you. So thank you so much for your patience and your kind words about it. You know, nobody is being mean or upsetting, and I mean, look at me, I'm smiling because of it, because I take what you tell me and I really try to work on it, and I promise you I'm never gonna get upset with me unless you just are really mean to me, and then I'll get upset with you, and that might be different. But you guys have just been so helpful, so keep it up. I love it. Thank you for everything. And so today this video is coming from, I posted a necklace that I did with one of the polymer clay pieces that I got from Beth Sullivan. And a couple people had asked me to do a tutorial for this necklace. So I am going to do that. And I hope I have it kind of laid out the way I had it, because it looked really pretty the way I had it. And of course, any photos I have are on my phone, which I use for my recordings. I did ask for Christmas a really cool like camera for this purpose. So maybe if I've been good all year, maybe I'll get it. We'll see. If I don't get it, then you guys know that I have not been good all year, and maybe I need to try harder or just spend my own money on it. Anyway, so we are going to use this piece in the necklace, and I am going to do another one along with this. So we're going to do a necklace with this, and we're going to do another necklace right after with another one of the polymer clay pieces. And it seemed to be like a fan favorite piece, the one I'm going to do directly after this one. So I have an idea in my head of what I want it to look like, and we're going to just make it happen. I'm not going to say we're going to try, because I think that my attitude needs to be a little bit different when it comes to the success of what I'm making. Success is only what we make of it, right? So we're going to use this piece, and it is just a stunning piece. I love both sides, and I kind of really, this side right here has all the greens and the golds, and it's just so shimmery and beautiful. So I really like this, and this is the side I used to pick out my beads. And I ended up using like antique copper with it, because I just kind of felt like it went with these colors so nice, but you could really do gold, you could do silver, you could do gunmetal. Really the possibilities are endless with this piece. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip you guys around and we're gonna get working on this, and then you can see all the great things you can do with Beth's pieces. And I will make sure I link all her information to this video. I did also unbox what she had sent to me, stuff that I ordered, and she sent me some extra items too. That one was a few videos ago, I believe. So take a look for that one. I believe it even says in the title that with a surprise unboxing from Beth Sullivan in the title of it. So show her some love. Watch this video. You know, she works so hard on these pieces and they're phenomenal. Beth, you're amazing. So anyway, we're gonna flip you around now. Okay, so I have an organized mess on my mat right now, but this is me. I took apart this necklace, and as you can see, I matched up this piece with all of these beads. I have some other beads over here that went along with it, and of course some up here, which are part of like dangles and stuff, but I just held it in my hand and I went through my beads and I found things that matched. Here you'll see I have about 7 inches of this link chain that I got at Joann's. The great thing about this is you'll find it with the strung beads, and when they have a sale on their strung beads, this is actually part of the sale. So you can get some really cool like chunky chain when they're doing part of their bead sales, in case you didn't know that. So I have 2 sections of that, and like I said, it's about 7 inches. I have this chain that I got from Beadbox Bargains, and it's just like another coppery color chain. My coppers don't match up in this, but I think that works out perfect because the colors vary so much in this piece. So I think that I like it like that. So anyway, I got this from Beadbox Bargains. I don't think they have it anymore, but you'll see me use a lot of double linked chain because I like the look of the double linked chain. So this is about a 6-inch piece that I cut here. I have 17 inches of bead stringing wire. I am using Beadalon 7-strand in bronze. This is just what I prefer. You can use whatever bead stringing wire that you like in this project as well. I do have some little findings and such here as well. And then I did take that chain and I cut some dangle pieces. So as you can see, I have just a few little pieces of chain here. All right, so let's go ahead and we're gonna put this together and we're going to make it great. So I have my jump rings, and I found the easiest way to hang this guy. He's got a hole right here, right here. I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's a hole right there. And I used a jump ring to hang it. So I'm using looks like about a 7mm jump ring. And I'm just going to put my glasses on so I can see better. And we're just using our basic tools today. So we have crimping pliers, chain nose pliers, cutters, and a round nose plier. All right, so let's go ahead and open this up. And you need your, for some of these holes, they're really tiny, so you can make them bigger if you carefully use a bead reamer. But I just try to find the appropriate size, both in like size of jump ring and thickness of it. And I don't remember the thickness of these. I'm sorry that I don't remember. They're like my go-to ones. I use them all the time. All right, so we have that. And you just want to make sure that's closed all the way. And then I usually flip the open side in where the hole is because it's not going to come out of there. There's no way it's going to come out of there. And we'll just set that down for a minute. And then let's grab our bead stringing wire. I'm going to move my little odds and ends out of the way here. Let's grab the bead stringing wire. And we're going to put our little cute, beautiful pendant on first. All right. And then we're just going to start stringing. And I laid this out the way I had it strung, I think. So we are doing the same pattern on both sides. I just like the way it looked with this necklace. And we'll just string one side first. And the beads I'm using are all from my stash. My spacers came from Bead Box Bargains, and I have some gemstone, green gemstones that I don't remember what they were because I got them back before I started keeping track of what I was actually getting. But I also do have just some regular glass beads that came from my collection. These pumpkin style beads came from Bead Box Bargains. But a lot of them they've been here for a little bit, like these cubes that you go through a corner. I have no idea where I got them because they've been in my stash for a long time. So I'm trying to go through my stash and trying to see things that I've had in there for since the beginning of my beading journey. And I really do kind of feel like I've been reaching towards the back a little bit more and pulling things forward and trying to use those things that I have been burying back in the back of my drawers. And I'm finding some really beautiful beads that I completely forgot that I had. I mean, it's kind of crazy that I've had all these gorgeous beads and no idea that I had them. And I think that also means that I probably shop for beads way too often, which I think all of you can agree that there's no such thing as too many beads, right? All right. So, I also want to tell you, thank you, all of you, for, the feedback you've given me on me telling you about what happened to my son and daughter a few years back. It was a really hard thing for me to do. I have a really hard time with allowing myself to feel vulnerable. And whenever I start talking about something that has caused me trauma, I start to feel vulnerable. But you know what the one good thing is too in all of this? It opened up some dialogue, and I'm so grateful for that, for all of you. And then also too, when I was done recording that video and I just finished up and I was done, I felt like this 80-pound weight was lifted off my shoulders. And it was very therapeutic for me. You know what? I think I had a larger jump ring on this, so I'm going to fix that. And see, that's what happened. I took the jump ring off and it wasn't looking so hot, so I went ahead and I decided to not use that one. So let me grab a little bit larger. I think it's the same size, yeah. A little bit larger of a jump ring to use, because I think I ended up bending it all out of shape and then I tossed it instead of picking out the right jump ring right away while I still had the size in my hand. But that's okay, it's real easy to fix. If I don't do this, it just won't hang right and it'll just look kind of silly. All right. All right, we'll set that little guy aside. We might be able to use him still. All right, so let's use this. And then I also forgot too that I needed to have a larger jump ring for the dangles that we'll be using as well. There we go. All right. You know, now I'm going to use a saying that my grandma used to say, now we're cooking with gas. All right, perfect. That's going to be beautiful. All right, so let's hook that right on there. And then we'll give it a little close here, as I contort my body to try to do this on the string. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead and turn that jump ring just so that the opening is on the inside of the polymer clay piece that we have. You know, I'm fairly certain that if you reached out to Beth Sullivan, if you have colors that you tend to gravitate towards and make a lot of jewelry, I bet you she can find you or make you items that you would need. All right, so I have some crimp tubes here, and I have some wire guardian. So we're gonna go ahead and, because this is as long as this is gonna get. We're not putting any more beads on. It's not that long. So let's go ahead and put the crimp tube on first, and our wire guardian next. So for those of us that are in the United States that had Thanksgiving, I always forget that, you know, Jody, the United States aren't the only people who watch these videos. We did our Thanksgiving holiday. For those of you who did, you know, how did it turn out? Did you do the cooking? Did you go to a friend's or family members? What was your favorite thing that you ate? If you made dinner, do you have a ton of leftovers? Are you making turkey soup soon? Just things like that. I'm just curious about your holiday altogether. It was so nice, my mom being here. And so my in-laws, because they live here, they came over to my mom's. My mom opened her home to everybody. And it was so nice. It was so much fun. We all had such a good time, and it was great. And then, of course, you know, after dinner, you know, a bunch of us got together, we played some games, and it was just a lot of fun. And I could tell that my brother especially was having such a blast, and that means so much to me because he's 6 years younger than me, and he had been living in a really small town for a while, and basically he had a couple friends, you know, of course, but there's just not a lot of people. And you know, you have your family there and everything, but when you're trying to find people that you just want to kind of hang out with, like people that you'd have things in common with, it's hard, right? So and it's hard making friends as an adult. Like when you're a kid, you can just walk up to another kid and be like, hi, my name is so-and-so, can we be friends? And the other kid's like, yes. And then you run off and you play, and it's great. But when you're an adult, it doesn't always work that way, and it's really hard. I have to say though, the friends that I've made as an adult have been like the greatest friends I've ever had. And I absolutely love all the friends I've made as an adult. And I just think that for my brother, this was something nice for him. You know, he moved up from Florida when my stepdad died. Actually, it was just a couple weeks before my son's accident. And he adopted my brother, Jimmy, from, you know, my mom, she was on her third marriage when, you know, with my stepdad. And my brother's biological father was not a real great person. And so my stepdad, who passed away 5 years ago, adopted him, and he was just fantastic man, just absolutely fantastic man. So my brother moved up because he did not want my mom living by herself, taking care of his house and everything, and he was living in Florida. And he has a couple kids, and him and the kid's mom are not together. They're not, they were not married or anything. And they just, it was a really tough relationship, really tough relationship. So as a matter of fact, my brother is trying to get custody of the kids and bring them up here. It's something that I can't really get into too much on social media, like what's going on and stuff like that. But, you know, we're hoping. I miss my niece and nephew so much, and they're such great kids, and they really need a really good, solid chance at a future. And I would love to see them up here. All right, so what I'm working on now are the dangles for our pendant. So I'm taking one of the longer lengths of the chain, and I'm hanging one of these brownish, like sparkly crystal beads from the bottom, and those you can just attach using a jump ring since they're drilled at the top and they're flat like that. So there's one of our dangles, and I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Is that what I had there? No, I had one of these. Okay. All right. Nope, that goes with that. Okay. So nope, I'm trying to remember now. So sorry about that, guys. All right. So the next one is, this is one of our dangles. So this one, we're just going to make a regular loop with it. And I'm going to put one of these little spacers on the top like that. So did anyone get anything for the Black Friday sale on Beadbox Bargains? I got on there, and a friend of jewelry maker and friend of mine now, Teresa, reminded me of it because she told me that she bought some stuff on there for Black Friday. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's right, I totally forgot. So I hurried up, I jumped online, and I ordered a bunch of stuff, but I only spent $25 including shipping, and I'm so excited. I can't wait. And the stuff that I ordered, it wasn't a lot of beads because I have beads kind of under control right now. I'm more out of like just like spacers. I mean, the amount of spacers I go through is ridiculous. All right, so we made our simple loop here, and now I'm just going to open it up like a jump ring and hang this chain, hang it from this piece of chain. So anyway, yeah, ordered quite a bit. I think it was like around like 30 some pieces, and I got everything for 25 bucks shipped. So, which is a really good deal for me. I've been trying really hard not to go to too many places and go shopping right now because I know Christmas is right around the corner, and I have Christmas shopping to do, which I did do a little bit with Ashley on Friday. We got up and we went to a couple places that we always go, and it was great. All right, so the next one is here. So what I did was I am using 2 little tiny pieces of chain, and I'm gonna put like one in the middle and then one down at the bottom like so for the other dangle. So we need a couple head pins, and I'm just using the flat, but we need an eye pin and a head pin. I'm just using the flat tip head pin. So let's do our eye pin first, and I'm just gonna put this little bead on, and we're gonna do just a regular loop. Just a simple loop. Like so. There we go. And then we're gonna hook on our chain pieces. So we got the longer one here, and just close that up. And then let's hook on the shorter one at this end. All right, and then let's do the bottom of this dangle. Use one of these diagonal cube beads. I really wish I remember. I probably got them because I think I got these at the beginning of my beading. So I did a lot of in-person shopping at Michael's at the time, and I think that's probably where I got these. So we're just gonna do another simple loop here. I cannot even believe that less than a week, it's gonna be December. I don't have any idea where the time has gone. It's just been, I don't know, it's been insane. But we're all here, we're all healthy, and that's really all that matters. All right. Okay, so now we have those, but now we need to get them on here. So the way I had it is I had the dangles hanging from the back because I just wanted a little peek of them through the opening, or maybe just a little peek out of the bottom. And I used jump rings to hang them from here. So we're just gonna use some of these small little 4mm jump rings, and we're gonna attach it to the back. And of course, if you do anything like this, you can attach it to the front. You don't have to put dangles on. You can do whatever your heart desires. After all, it's your piece, or as Wendy would say, your creative control, which I loved that saying. That saying was probably one of my favorite sayings. All right, and then I'm gonna just hook that right on here. Give that a good close. Oh, come on. Does not want to cooperate with me today. There we go. And then this one, do the same thing. Sometimes I just like the dangles to hang from behind. It just gives it like a different look, I think. And I enjoy that. All right. And there's that one. And then we have this one. There we go. There. Okay, so that's what the front's going to look like. I know it kind of looks weird because it's sitting like on top of a bead, but I promise you when it's hanging on your neck, it looks really cute. So that's what that looks like. And now let's just slide this down a little bit so we can still see it. This is the next piece, and this one has dangles on it too. So it has one in the center, and then it has these two guys hanging off the side, and then another one in the center. And I did get an extra one somehow. Okay, I must have remembered everything. All right, so we're gonna have this here next. So what we're going to do is we need to find the exact center of this to where we can hang that guy. So, and the best way to find your center, of course, is to grab both ends of your chain and put them on like a head pin or an eye pin or something, and there it is. See, there's my center. So now I can go ahead and hang that on there, and now I know exactly where my center is. I cannot believe how quiet my house is right now. It's crazy. Nobody's yelling at anything. There's no dog barking. There's no cats meowing. I think everybody's just kind of sleeping or something. All right, and then we'll just close that up. But I can tell you I am cherishing the quiet at this time. All right, so there's that one. And then we're gonna go over, I'm only counting the links that are like the same direction as this one. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. So there's, that one's gonna go there. So I'm just gonna grab a head pin. I'm gonna sit that there so I don't lose my spot. And we're going to do a simple loop to hang this one. All right, and if I stay like on this mat, this whole video, I want you guys to say, you did it. Jody, you did it. Good job, good job. I want to hear, I need words of affirmation. So make sure you please tell me that I did a good job staying in, on the camera. I'm trying really hard. It's really, really difficult and I'm trying really, really hard. All right, okay, so we got this one. Whoops. Just gonna make sure that's on there. There we go. And then we can go ahead and open this guy up. Well, he's kind of wonky. Let me fix that. All right, there we go. All right, so opening him up and we're gonna put him right on that spot that I have marked. And I'm not lifting the chain off until I can get it hooked because I don't want to lose my spot. I don't like counting links. All right, there we go. And then we'll do the same on the other side here. So we have 1, 2, 3. This is where it's gonna go right there. And let's do our simple loop for this one. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and then we can open him up and get him hooked right into there. Like so. There we go, and we don't need him anymore right now. Okay. All right, so now we have those on there, and now we just have 2 more of these guys to hang. And we do need that bigger jump ring for that. So now I have 2 of the same size jump ring, so that way we can hang them on. And they're also going 3 spaces over. So here's that one right there. So 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna just put it right in that chain, that link, and hook on our bead. And just close it right up, like so. All right, that looks cute. These almost have like a little bit of a purple to it too. I don't know if you can see that. So it's really cool. It's like a brown, but a purpley brown. It's really pretty. Okay, so that one's right here. So 1, 2, 3. I'm usually not this big on counting spaces and being like perfectly like even with things, but this necklace needed to be that way for the right look. So that's why I'm being really diligent about where I'm placing things. Just really needed to be. All right, so now that we have that done, now we're going to put this all together on the rest of our chain. So we have this side here, which I need another jump ring. So I'm going to grab a jump ring the same size as this one. I destroyed the other one when I took it off, so just want to make sure I have the right thing here. All right, and we're going to open this one up. And we're going to just hook these two together like so, and then hook it on our chain. There we go. All right, and we have that side on. And then we just need to do the same thing with this other side. Open it up. And okay, for some reason I got myself turned around here. I just don't want to I just want to make sure I'm hanging it correctly. All right. And then hang this side on. Just like that. Really, really cute. Okay. All right, so this is our necklace. It's really pretty. All right, so there's our necklace, and you could see that I already have the lobster clasp on there, and I am going to do a like a little extension, but it's going to be like a pretty extension. I have all these little pieces here. This one already has the little eye pin on it. So we need this one to have an eye pin on it. And we're going to use this little spacer and this bead. And now I remember what this one was for. It's to hang on the end. All right. And we're going to do a simple loop for that one as well. There we go. Looks good. And then we can open this one up and find the end of this little tiny piece of chain, which is probably gonna be easier said than done because it's so tiny. It's only 3 lengths. And I just wanted to use these little scrap pieces. I ended up with these little scrap pieces because I trimmed some off my bigger chain when I was making this. And I'm like, wow, I'm gonna use those in my, I'm gonna hang like a little dangle off the back, and I'm gonna use these to do it. I feel like I'm performing surgery. Okay, so let me get this piece on here. Oh my goodness. I need like another set of fingers. There we go. Okay, now I got them separated. All right, so let's hang this one on here. This is about the only time the double-sided chain is annoying, is when you have just a really teeny tiny piece that you're dealing with, but I love the way this turned out, the way this ended up looking. It was so cute. All right, so let's use our middle one. And just link them right on there. And then we need to put this chain on the bottom one. And let's see if we can do this again here. There we go. Just need to grab it. Oh, I had it, but I didn't have it. Okay. Let's try that again. And this chain is like not big chain. It's so, it's like small. I think it's like 2 by like, I don't know, like 3 millimeters. I don't know. It's little. All right. So And then close that up. Now we got our little chain, and then we're gonna hang that guy off the bottom. And so we need the jump ring for that. Oh, that's little, grabbed the wrong one. I can get my fingers in there. All right, so here's our jump ring for that. Oops, there we go. And like so. And we're just gonna hang them right off the end of this chain. I felt like this piece needed a really ornate little chain thingy on the back. If you're wearing your hair up and you're going somewhere special and you wanted to wear a really pretty statement necklace, it would just look so pretty if that was hanging off the back. So let's go ahead and attach that. And our jump ring also for the lobster clasp. This isn't maybe necessarily an extender, like it can be an extender, but I did it mainly for just for looks. All right, let's hang that from here. Okay, I didn't open it far enough. There we go. Then we'll just close that back up. There. All right, and then this can just clasp onto there. And then we have our necklace. So you have your you have your double necklace here with your focal and your chain with your little dangly piece on the end. And I think that turned out really pretty. And at the end of the video, I will go ahead and put them on. I know I'm wearing some kind of obnoxious sweatshirt right now, but you'll get the idea once I put them on. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause this, and I'm gonna get us ready for our next necklace. Okay, everyone, if you can remember this piece from my video, I also had posted these on Wendy's Facebook page, A Bead on a Wire sales, and everybody was in love with this. So this is a polymer clay flower that Beth Sullivan made, and she put it on a piece of filigree. It's beautiful. And I have two smaller versions of this as well, and I thought about incorporating them into the necklace and making a huge like statement necklace, but I'm like, no, I think I'm going to do earrings out of them because they're just so pretty. So for right now, we are going to do this necklace, and in my mind, I have it off-centered, and I have like asymmetrical look. So we're using that as this is what I matched up everything to go with. So I have some antique copper double linked chain from Bargain Bee Box. I know these came from Michael's. They're just like little fire polished metallic looking beads. I had these two, I can't remember what they were, but they are the last two I have of them. I actually dug them out of my beet soup. We're going to use them. I have these beautiful, it was dyed abalone shell pieces. So they're actually like really long ovals. And these I bought, there used to be a bead shop here in Kalamazoo, and it was locally owned. And if you were looking for anything unique and out of the ordinary, that's where you went. Sadly, that place closed shortly after COVID. I think that, online shopping is wonderful for all of us, but it really does a number on small businesses. So they weren't online. They didn't sell anything online. So it just kind of closed. last thing I bought from there were these, and they're just so beautiful. Of course, I got these little pumpkin beads, which I love these because they're little bumpy rondelles. These were all from Beadbox Bargains, and same with these spacers that we're going to be using in this necklace as well. All right, so first things first, let's go ahead and just move this chain off to the side. We are going to be using some stringing wire as well. I'm using the same wire that I used in the previous necklace. And I don't have the dimensions of this because I never made this one before, so we are going to wing it. I think that I will probably use, let's see, maybe about a foot of this, but I think, yeah, just probably a foot. So I'm gonna leave it open so that way I can grab more real quick if I need to. Again, I do not have this one planned out. It's just something in my head. So let's go ahead and just scoot some stuff up to the top here so I have plenty of room. And I don't care if it's all mixed up. It doesn't matter to me. I can pick out what I need. It's fine. But it just actually shows you how beautiful everything looks together. All right, and I'm going to grab a couple of my crimping tubes. I just need two. Oh goodness. I love these bottles, but yeah, they are a bugger to get open. All right, so I need two of those. And I also need two of my wire guardians. This little thing is super handy. I love it. All right. And we're just gonna start stringing. Not really quite sure what I'm doing. I'm just going to go for it. Let's go ahead and use one of these first because I kind of want these towards the middle of this strand, and I am gonna probably string it from both ends, but I want this definitely towards the middle. And let's kind of surround it with these cute little bumpy spacers from Beadbox Bargains. Like so. And let's do another one. I want to do a total of 3 of these on this strand. And this is probably going to have more than just the one strand. It's just this is where I'm starting. So you guys are kind of seeing like a design on the spot kind of thing. Watching Jody's brain spill out onto a bead mat and all of my thoughts and what I'm trying to show you. Okay, and then let's do a couple of these little not iridescent, but like fire polished beads. And I'm just gonna use about the same color. These shine like a little bit like turquoise and purple. So I wanna use those right here. And then I want to use these coppery, peachy looking pumpkin style beads with this little, I love these, by the way, these spacers with these. And then let's just meet the end of that with my last 2 of these. There's some kind of gemstone, but I'm not sure what they are. And then let's do another one of these here. I'm just getting over a cold too, and oh my gosh, it wasn't as bad as what has been going around and people have been getting sick. But the minute I start feeling any symptom at all, I start taking a bunch of vitamin C and zinc to try to knock it out. And it's helped. Like my colds usually last just a few days, up to a week, instead of a lot of people that have been lasting like much longer. All right, so then let's use a couple more of these little fire polished beads. Just kind of grabbing the red one and then like that coppery color one. All right, and let's see, where do I want to go from there? Maybe, how about we do a couple more of these? These are just gorgeous. I love these so much. And I've been waiting for like the perfect piece to do them justice. And I think this one will do it because they match that flower like perfectly. And again, these are ones I've had for a super long time. So yeah, using those is really great. And then let's end the strand with the little copper, antique copper spacers that I have here. And then let's go ahead and like finish off this strand, so we have it for reference for what we do next. All right, like so. And we're just gonna feed it through that one bead right there. Yep, call it good. And let's crimp that down. Like so. There we go. Perfect. And then we can just finish feeding the rest of this wire through. Just stick it in that next little bead. I am really sad that these beads are like gone. Like this is it. Oh, look at that. I think I need to grab these holes are a little bit larger than what I expected. I think I'm gonna have to grab my little my crimp covers. I'm gonna stop this for just a moment and grab those real quick. Okay, I got them and we're gonna go ahead and put those on real quick. Put one of these on here. I didn't realize those holes were so big on those beads. I don't usually use them because I have such a problem with them. And I know you guys said that there's, you know, using the clamshell things more, which I agree, but I wasn't prepared for that. So I'm just gonna use these for now and struggle with it. So it'll be fine. And I don't know, some people can do it like so perfectly. And I always end up messing at least one of them up. All right, that one didn't turn out so bad. All right, so let's feed that back through again. There we go. And then we can go ahead and end this one. And just pull it through that one bead right here. There we go. All right. And give it a squeeze. There we go, and let's cut it off. There. Okay, and now let me go ahead and put this one on here. I do have like this copper color, and then I have the other one that looks more like an antique bronze. I chose this one because it just kind of stands out. I don't know, I like it. So we're gonna use this one. We'll make it part of the design rather than covering up something. There we go, a little crooked, but it's okay because like I said, I always mess up one. There. There we are. Okay, so now we have one strand complete. And now the way I'm looking at this, so I kind of want it to be over here. I want it to hang like a little bit low, and I want it to be connected here. And then of course I want this to come up higher, or actually not, maybe not even higher, maybe like right about here. And then connect to the chain around this way, like so. So it's like this. And I think I'm gonna like that. Maybe that's not so much asymmetrical, but you catch my drift, right? All right, so we have this guy. And now let's go ahead and make another one. Oh, I'm sitting here and my whole spool just like unraveled. All right, so let me find the end of my wire as I rewrap this. I should have put the little plastic thing on to like keep it on there, but I did not because I thought, oh, it'll be fine. All right, blooper number 1 here. Watch me on this video unravel it again. Oh my goodness, this is aggravating. All right. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. All right, good deal. So now we need another string, and I'm gonna measure it about the same length as what we have right now, but it will shorten, so it'll just be a little bit shorter. So I'm just going to cut it off there, and I am going to put my little clear plastic guard on here so we don't have that issue again. There we go. And it's here somewhere. Maybe that's why I didn't put it on, because I lost it. I think I might be losing it, you guys. I think I might not be all there today. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, oh, here it is. I did something with it and it blends in with everything. So now let's go ahead and just put that on real quick. There we go. Whew, my goodness, that was some work there. All right, so now let's go ahead and do this one. And I kind of don't want the same beads right here. So I am going to put on this little pink guy, and we're going to do a little spacer in between because we're going to do another pink one right here, and then a spacer on this side and another one. Okay, so then from there we are going to start beading on some of these really pretty fire polish beads. And I'm gonna just try to do like the same on both sides. It might differ just a little bit, but we're gonna try our best to do them on both sides. So we have this coppery color one on both sides. And then let's go into this, no, let's do one of these because they're a little bit smaller. Right here, and this one right here, and then let's do these last two gorgeous shell beads here and here. Oh, don't even tell me. Hold on. Oh, there we go. All right, it was just being stubborn. I was getting a little concerned there. See, so now this is going to kind of sit in here like kind of perfect. I think I like that. All right, and then let's go ahead and do another one of these on either end. And then let's end this with some more of these fire polished beads here. We got these kind of like little chocolatey looking ones, one of each of those. And then let's do one of these like little goldish ones on each side. There we go. And a couple of these copper ones, one on each side. And there. Okay, so now we have this one, and as you can see, it's going to be significantly shorter, but that's good because that's what we want. We want this to be kind of like this. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and end these. So we need a couple more of these guys, just two. Need a couple more of my crimp beads. Nope, two fell right out when I did it. There we go. Perfect. All right. Oh, we'll start with this side. And I won't have to use the crimp covers if I don't want to, because the holes on these beads are much smaller than the holes on those spacers, which is good because I don't want to have to use them if I don't have to. And just because I used them on the other strand doesn't mean I have to use them on this strand. I can do that because it's my design, right? All right. Let's just get it through there. This one's being a little stubborn for some reason. There we go. Pull that back up. Get that back to the right side that's supposed to be on. And I just want to get that through one bead real quick here. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and crimp that down. And like so. There we go. Nice. And we can just scoot that right in there. And let's pull this other side down. Let gravity do the work. And let's put on our other crimp tube and our other wire guardian and get this side closed off as well. All right. And we're just gonna get that through one bead so I can grab a hold of it. I am struggling to make this work. All right, there. Oh my goodness. I'm like almost breaking a sweat right now. It's like, it's like ridiculous. Okay, there we go. My Apple Watch is gonna think that I was doing a workout. My heart rate's going up and as I'm just beating and struggling with the crimp tube. All right. Okay, and now we got that trimmed off. There, wow, that was a struggle. All right, so now we know we want to get this hung here. And I think in order to get it to look right, I need to try to get these maybe as close together as possible on here. And I think this spot right here is our perfect opportunity to make that work. So there's a couple of jump rings. And I want to hang them independently on their own jump ring. And maybe actually I want to do a couple smaller ones. Let me just grab maybe more of that size. Okay, let's try these smaller ones because I kind of want them to just disappear into that piece. Let's see if these will work. If these don't work, then we'll go to this size. All right, so hanging them independently from this piece. Oh, I think it's going to work. I will be really happy. There we go. Pretty. Oh yeah, that works perfectly. All right, so now we know those will work. So let's do the next one. Bring this over here to the middle. There we go. And let's hook that on. here, and then let's do the same thing with this one. I want them to hang independently because I don't want them to do that weird crisscrossy thing that sometimes they'll do. I'm trying to get them to hang a little bit differently. Okay. All right, so there's that. I can get rid of some of these pieces. We don't need all these. And then we have our chain. So now how this is going to work is I want it to be like this. And so I'm gonna need to hang it from this chain. And I want to just basically hang it directly on using 2 small jump rings again, just so they kind of hang independently. So I'm just gonna grab a few more jump rings of these tiny little babies. And let's go ahead and hang these on the bottom of that chain. There we go. So I'm supposed to be getting a new phone, hopefully this weekend. I've been putting it off for a while, and I've had this one paid off for like a long time. And I really have been wanting to upgrade, and I'm hoping it'll make all the difference in my recording right now before I get the camera that I'm wanting, that I saw. Because right now I have to go through a lot just to lighten it up. And I know that they've come a long way since my first video. If you go back to my very first video, you can tell I knew nothing about anything when I did it. And kind of struggled with the whole experience since day one. And then like I would say probably the past like 10, 15 videos that I've done, I can doctor them up a little bit. And then Chris does his editing part. And he actually does such a good job with his editing. It's so great. He's like the master of editing. All right. So here we go. And we have our necklace like this. And I want to like just make sure this chain is kind of not doing anything weird and twisty, because it kind of does make a difference. And we're just going to straighten it out. And I don't want this to be a long necklace. I want it to be a short necklace. I want it to hang long enough to where you can see this like on a collarbone, but not so long that this is hanging down below your chest. So I think what I want to do is I'm going to go right about here with my chain. So what that's also going to do is, what's nice about this, it has such big openings. We can do an actual extender, or you can just hang it from a different spot in the chain. Even either way, it would work really nice. So I'm going to cut this right here. Just try to do one link at a time so I don't mess up my new cutters. There we go. Still have a little length of that left. Maybe that'll be part of my earrings that I make for this. All right, so now we have this, and we can go ahead and connect it to this with a jump ring. And I think we're gonna try to use another small one, just so it kind of hides, like it's not even there. And if not, then we'll use a larger one, and it's fine. I'm trying to use exactly across this flower. And that's right about perfect right there. Let's put that chain on, and let's see if this jump ring is gonna be big enough to accommodate all of that. And if not, like I said, we'll go to plan B. And it looks like it's going to be, but the true test is to see how it actually, yep, you know what? That's perfect. What do you think, guys? That's perfect. All right, so now let's find the center of our chain in the back here. All right, so remembering I want to keep this about even, like that. So let's find where we need to cut this. So I would say that we need to do it right about here. And there's one. And there's the other one. Perfect. Clean up our little mess. I'm using a big lobster and we need a couple jump rings. So here's the first one that we're going to use to connect the lobster onto our chain. Let's find the end, hang that on there, and give it a good close. Make sure it's close all the way. And then this side, we're going to do the same thing, except for we're not hanging a lobster. We're only hanging a jump ring. All right. And there we go. That is our second necklace using Beth Sullivan's Polymer Clay. And I think it's really, really, really adorable. It's almost a little antique-y looking, if antique is a word. If it's not, we just created it. We just made it a word. And I think it's really, really pretty. It looks warm, it looks inviting. It's pretty. And these, look at how well these beads match. It just makes me wanna like celebrate. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna celebrate by turning this around, putting both necklaces on one at a time so you can see what they look like on a body. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Okay, I'm back and here we go. We're gonna do this one first. Okay, so remember I said I wanted it to fall right about at my collarbone for the flower so you can see it. This is what it looks like. I think it turned out really cute. I think it's really pretty and it's very pink. It's very, very pink. It kind of looks like garden party. And I think it looks kind of old-fashioned, kind of antique. Like it would look really pretty with a like a white blouse or even like an ivory colored blouse. But I think it would look really pretty. It's dressy. But I think you could also just throw it on a pair of with a pair of jeans and a t-shirt and it'd be fun. So let's do the next one. And this one, every time I look at it, all I can think of is Starry Night. I know it's not the same colors, but just the way it looks, like that pendant looks, is just so pretty. So then here's this one. I'm gonna pull my shirt, so all you see is just blue or gray, whatever. And here's this one. And if you can see like how it hangs, let's see, get a little bit closer. The dangles just kind of peek from behind. And I think it's really, really pretty. I love this one too. And again, like if that was just on skin, look at how much nicer that looks. It's gorgeous. Beth, you outdid yourself. You are phenomenal. Thank you for these beautiful works of art. I'm enjoying working with them so much. So much. It's been so much fun. And I will have more pieces down the road. I have some other tutorials coming up soon. I saw that you guys really seem to enjoy the icicles to hang on your tree. I'm in the process of making some more for my tree because I'm really trying to get rid of like some ornaments, like the, you know, like the fillers, like the plasticky that are painted on, like, you know, I want to keep my good ones and my handmade ones and the ones that my kids made, like all on my tree. And I just want to get rid of all those fillers. And I figure if I can fill it in with stuff that I made, then that's better. So I'm working on that. I'm working on some holiday themed necklaces. I saw a comment when Chris was asking for your guys' ideas and things that you want to see. Somebody said holiday jewelry that doesn't scream Christmas. To me, the definition of that is nothing that has like an actual Christmassy item, like a tree or a snowman or a Santa or, you know, a stocking. That's how I took that. So I've been working on some things with some beads that I bought with the idea that I would be doing some holiday jewelry. So that's in progress, and hopefully it'll be something that is what you're looking for. That's gonna be all I have for tonight. I wasn't intending on making a video, but I can't stay away too long. I've had a couple days where I haven't been able to touch my beads and it's driving me crazy, and I needed some time to myself to play with the beads and to spend with you guys. So I hope your holiday went fantastic. If it wasn't a holiday where you live, I hope you had a wonderful start of the weekend and a beautiful weekend. Christmas is just around the corner. You know, there's also Hanukkah and everything else that's, you know, coming up. So there's a lot of things that people are going to be celebrating, and hopefully we can tie in some of the stuff that we're going to make together to celebrate some of those holidays. So that's really all I've got, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the weekend. God bless you all, and thank you again for all your support to all of us. And I know all these videos mean a lot to Chris too, and you know, he's been just working around the clock, doing his regular job and helping all of us with this. So thank you again, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.